Hey, and we are back. Segment number 2 with the legend, Detroit News, Rod Beard, sports editor-in-chief of the Detroit News. Let's get that drum roll going. It's second half bold statements time for the Woodward Pistons segment. Let's rock, man. Hey, yo! Shout out and welcome to the legend, Detroit News, Rod Beard. And you know what, brother? Your media tree, your media coaching tree, man, you had 3 first-time All-Stars out at NBA All-Star Weekend, man. We linked up with Cody Davis, linked up with Mike Curtis, and we took some pictures, man. I had a good time. Shout out to Hunter Patterson from The Athletic, who's also out there, his first trip as well. It was an awesome time, and yes, we had some powwows and talked about who you were as a mentor to all of us, man. So shout out to you first and foremost, Rod. I just wanted to say that before we get into Rod's thoughts, man. And you can take it away with Rod's thoughts.
I will continue where I wrote a column on late Sunday night about the All-Star game. Man, do something about this NBA. This is just insanity that, and I'll point specifically to Cade because it's apropos to what we're talking about. That man played 5 minutes, had 5 points, dunked in the general vicinity of Wemby. And if you go back and look at it on the last basket, that SGA dunk, Cade is so pissed off. And I watched this thing 3 times. Cade is so pissed off that they just let him drive down the lane. And I don't know if they got instructions not to foul, but Cade was looking like, come on, man, what are we doing? You have to do something where your stars, and I think Draymond laid it out. These first-time All-Stars played all year, played hard, and you got to play 5 minutes. 40 points is a first quarter of an NBA game. So you did all of that to play 1 quarter. Everybody in that game played 1 quarter, and Cade played 5 minutes. That's garbage. That's just hot garbage. If you have to do a 4 nations type thing where you do Canada, the U.S., Europe, and whatever else you need to do, figure something else out. But this ain't it, NBA. This is just absolutely not it.
I am so glad you went there. If you didn't go there, that was definitely on the topic. We were already talking about it during the break. That game left so much to be desired. And when you understand that Cade Cunningham had over 200,000 more All-Star fan votes than even Blake Griffin, who was wildly popular, and when you get boots on the ground and you see how many media people not from Detroit are all around Cade Cunningham, how many fans that you're just talking to and people like, are you from Michigan? No, Cade's just a baller. I'm tapped in now. And then you go and you see these first-time All-Stars in totality only really get to kind of skip down the court. Like I told the man, in terms of like pick up basketball, Rod, he barely played. Like that was the first game where you're barely getting your legs stretched. And it left so much to be desired because Cade strikes me as the person who would have attacked the old All-Star games the same way we saw our 04 Pistons attack it. They did not care about the notion of don't play defense. Ben Wallace did not care. He was in there blocking people. The same way we saw RIP Kobe attack it. That's what I wanted to see because I know Cade Cunningham would have stepped on that floor and took it serious, just like you're pointing out. For the years we've done this podcast, one of the things we look at is what's happening between the plays, what's happening on these players' faces, where are they at? And that was one of the things I saw. He looked frustrated that they weren't playing basketball, man.
Right, and at minimum, if you're going to do a 4-team setup like this, do a round robin. And make the tiebreaker be point differential. So yeah, if you get blown out by 40 points, well, you got to go blow the other team out by 40 points if you want to win in advance, whatever the number is. But you can't. I don't like this Elam ending. Let's play 10-minute halves or whatever needs to be done to do this.
Yeah.
But it just isn't it. It's not even real basketball. You took longer to acknowledge Ernie, Kenny Smith, Chuck, and Shaq.
And Kevin
Hart. Play the game. Ignore him. We will not say that.
I don't need Kevin Hart doing his best Rucker impression. That shit was like, I'm tired, bro.
Yeah, like anything with a microphone. Put that dude in the front row over there behind Spike Lee.
Right.
Like, he completely hijacked the entire broadcast. And people think he's funny, which is fine. But he doesn't need to have a mic and yell over Ernie Johnson. Ernie Johnson's really good at what he does already.
Right.
You don't need Kevin Hart amplifying and even more than what Ernie Johnson.
You saw SGA getting mad at Kevin Hart too. Yeah, he saw him getting upset a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. You can kind of see it in these players' faces. I think on that stage, you're building up to that height because everything boots on the ground was epic. The whole production, the different parties, the different shows, the different family events and everything. And it built up to this, and you're used to like, oh, dunk contest, be better. Why, though, can we just kind of say that in jest, even though it needs to be? Because the All-Star game generally tries to serve, and this year, it completely missed the mark.
The dunk contest was the feature event this year.
Yeah, the dunk contest was the feature.
That was the best part of the weekend.
Don't get me started. If you want me to get angry, or you want to get angry yourself, look at Mac McClung's basketball reference profile and how many NBA games he has played.
Yeah.
They do the absolute minimum to make sure that he is an
eligible
NBA player. That man, I can't even do it. I can't even get that worked up about Mac McClung right now to say that is the and the bandwagoning that we get to say that he is the best dunk champion ever. He is a better dunk champion than Dominique Wilkins, who got robbed multiple times. A better dunk champion than MJ. He's not a better dunk competitor than Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon didn't even win.
Which is a travesty to this day.
That's facts, actually.
Mac McClung has played 5 NBA games.
Wow.
5.
That's wild.
No, I thought they sent him out there in the wrong jersey when he had the official Magic jersey on. I'm like, this can't be right. but shout out. I mean, you got to give him credit, though, because he is kind of keeping the event alive. Like, he's the great white hope at this point. Literally, he's the only one keeping the dunk contest alive.
You saw Kevin Love's out-of-pocket comments?
No.
What is it?
Say you want to be able to make the dunk contest real. Just make sure people know that a white dude won a dunk contest on Black History Month.
Oh.
And he pressed send on the tweet.
Oh, that's a low blow.
Okay,
that's a low blow.
But here's the thing, too. Remember that time that they brought somebody up from the minor leagues to participate in the home run derby? It would never happen.
No, never.
Never, ever. What we're doing with Mac McClung. I don't want to be a Mac McClung hater. He is a fantastic dunker.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen him do one without a prop? Like, take off from the free throw line, bro. Like, give me a 360 without a human that you're trying to dunk over. I can feel that you have air under you and you can glide if you don't have a 7-foot person that you're trying to dunk over. Like, okay, I'm tired.
I hear you.
I'm getting off my soapbox.
We got Swish or Brick. It's Swish or Break time. But Xavier D says this: just play the youngest All-Stars against the oldest All-Stars, and I guarantee you they play hard. I think Cade would have launched in that type of a format.
Oh yeah.
Old versus new.
Let's get that graphic, JB Smooth. You know, KG loves that. There it goes. Swish or Break time.
What Sam says, it's like porn to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it, man. And me and Kool-Aid cooked up some questions here. Do you want to start with the second half bold statements? Do you want to get those out the way, Kool-Aid?
Let's do that first.
Okay.
Second half bold statements. I'll start with you, Flannel. Hey, chat family, put your second half bold statements about the Detroit Pistons in the chat. But I told people I'm going to put them on the spot. Everybody has to come up with at least one. I can't wait to hear what Kavasier Chase got. But Flannel Sam, what up, though?
Remember, this is bold. Cade Cunningham will shoot a higher three-point percentage in the second half than Malik Beasley. That's my bold statement.
Okay.
I'll give you a quick reasoning.
That's bold.
I think you saw the emergence of Point Asar, and now he has Dennis Schroder, who the Pistons just traded for, which gives Cade more of an opportunity to not get quite as high a usage and play a little bit more off-ball and get some catch and shoot. And I think Malik Beasley will slightly regress to his career mean, which is 39%. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be like 39-4 to 38-9 or something like that. But my bold prediction, Cade Cunningham shoots a higher three-point percentage in the second half than Malik Beasley.
When you said that, Rod looked like you taking the 1800 shot.
Yeah.
He winced at that.
It's bold, man. It's bold.
Yeah. It's bold statements.
Well, here goes my bold statement. The Detroit Pistons will win a playoff series in 7 games.
Oh.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
A road game 7, Mo?
We said, bro,
Hey.
are they hosting that or are they in Madison Square?
It don't matter. They will win a playoff series in 7 games, no matter where the hell it is.
Y'all are really understanding the assignment.
Right.
JB Smooth, your bold statement.
Damn, I didn't go that bold. Like I just went a little.
Are they not
side.
making it to the playoffs?
They are.
Do they not have a chance to win a
Hey.
playoff series?
Let's rock, man.
I rest my case.
They're at 6th seed right now. I mean, just being for real. We're talking about a team right now.
for somebody.
Cade is mad. Beasley wasn't at the 3-point shooting contest, which we know can sink 3-point shooters in the second half of seasons. They got, like 27 games left. I think that this team is going to be actually refreshed, man, ready to go.
Think so.
What up, JB?
See, that was my bold statement. The Detroit Pistons will scratch and claw their way to spot number 4 in the standings.
That's a bold statement.
And Jaden Ivey will make a hopeful return to make an impact on this team
In the playoffs?
in the playoffs.
Okay. Said, man, y'all bold statements are way out. 4th seed, hosting playoffs, and Ivy's going to come back and contribute. That's a bold statement that I like, man. Ooh. What about you, Kavasi Chase?
I don't know, man. I kind of took all the good ones. I'm going to say the Pistons finish with a top 10 defense by the end of the season.
Damn.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. Rod Beer, what say ye?
I can't play with y'all, man. Y'all, I was going to say they finished with a top 5, and he just went 0 no higher. It was like a top 4. I can't do anything with that. Cade doesn't get injured in the second half of the year. That's all I got for you.
Let me just. Do you mind if I just respond to Man Beast Morris really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cade, a 35% 3-point shooter, and is not terrible, but not great. I doubt that he's past Beasley. Not the greatest grammatical sentence, but I'll let that slide. I'm not saying pass him in terms of total season 3-point percentage. I'm talking about the 3-point percentage that they shoot from this point till the end of the regular season. I think Cade will have a higher one than Malik Beasley. And remember, bold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cade does have stretches of, especially off ball, up to 42% shooting over long stretches of games. So he does have that. If he's going to be in that kind of post All-Star break, I'm a star now. Yeah. If y'all saw the way he was talking at the podium, if you didn't see it, watch yesterday's show and watch some of the clips that I'll be putting out later. This guy is talking real greasy right now. He's like, look, we want it all. We want playoffs. They're not talking play-in, any of that stuff, man. And you know what? Bold statement, bold statement, bold statement.
Sam, that's still not your best work.
Why you think, Brandon, why you think about that? Cade will have a 50-point game in the second half.
Oh, okay. I like that, Rod. I like that.
Yes. Bold statement. Cade Cunningham will make the All-NBA and All-NBA team.
Yeah.
All-NBA. I believe he's going to make it. I get it. That means that he has to finish as or be viewed as one of those top 3 guards in the league, especially with the way they're trying to squeeze other players into other positions on that team to make up for the aging stars. But I believe that Cade Cunningham is going to show something, especially if all of these other bold statements come to fruition. He has to make All-NBA. This would have been the highest finish for the Detroit Pistons if this whole serve were better. And Blake Griffin made it. The last time they made the playoffs, he made All-NBA 3rd team. The time before that, Andre Drummond made All-NBA team, and those finishes were 8th seed finishes. If the Pistons finish in 6th seed or higher, I believe that Cade Cunningham is deserving. He will make All-NBA.
I've only been telling you this since the new year started. So it's all good. It's all good.
Let's get into swish or break, man.
All right. So we got a lot more bold
Swish or
statements
break?
on the way. So let's start with this one. If Cade gets the team to a top 5 seed, he's guaranteed to make a All-NBA team. Swish or break.
Hey, but you guys just already heard what I had to say about that because I got to put the statements out there. Cade Cunningham, guys already know. The Pistons are in a very, very good spot, and I believe that Cade and the Pistons are only going to go up from here. Rewind the tape. Heard what I just said. Start with Flannel.
I'm going to go Swish. I think he's already the best guard in the East, and I don't see too many in the West enough to deprive Cade as a spot on one of the top 3 All-NBA teams, given that they get the 5 seed.
All right, JB.
Now, this is an easy Swish. Come on. As Flannel said, there's no one else comparing to him right now, so this is an easy Swish. Like, there's no one even around you to contest his shot.
Cavassier.
That's a swish. I think he's moved the conversation from 3rd team All-NBA to 2nd team All-NBA.
Like that.
Damn, I like that, Chase. That's a fire take right there. This is Malik Beasley wide open, bro. Like, if they get to a top 5 seed, why are you keeping Cade off of an All-NBA team? And I've been screaming 3rd team since we started this conversation. There is no reason why Cade Cunningham can't at least make a All-NBA third team. We're not asking for much. Second team, different
We've seen
conversation.
Our last two
but
playoff leaders make All-NBA teams at 8th seed. Not even.
come on now.
Come on. The chat, DNCENT, All-NBA Cade, Chuckle Cheese, All Net, Shot 2-6, Swish, Randall Smalls, love you Randall, Swish. Let me see here. Chuck Brewer, yeah, Kool-Aid. That's not even a bold take at this point. People are believing in Cade Cunningham, the All-NBA. What about you, Mr. Rodbeard? What say ye? He's still deliberating.
I'm going to say this is a swirly in and out.
Come on, Rod.
I will tell you why. It needs to be top 4 because Shea, Ant, Brunson because the Knicks will finish higher.
Right, okay. I'm hearing you.
Dame,
Oh,
and they will give you either of the Cavaliers point guards.
Either?
I can see it happening. That's what makes it frustrating.
I can see
Right,
Garland, but why wouldn't you put Cade right after Garland? Put Garland
Because
after 2, Cade is the point.
I'm telling you why. They will have to be a top 4. They will have to jump over the Knicks and the Bucks.
They got to change the narratives amongst the voters. They do.
And
That's
Cade
what it
is
is.
going to have to put up like a 50 ball to get some more attention. They will find it. They're going to say Cade isn't ready yet.
That's some bullshit if you ask me, but I get what you're saying,
That's
Rod.
been the story of his
I
career,
get what
though.
you're saying, boy, 100%.
It's, Rod, that's been the story of his career. They continue to kind of put him in this spot. And that's where I'm just like, you're right. He has to be on absolute like demon time. He has to be that guy. I mean, I kind of feel like he already has been. Only 2 players in the entire league are averaging what he is.
It's gonna be so hard to get the 4th seed. I feel like y'all setting them up to fail in that aspect. Like if y'all
2 games back at a Pacer,
like
punch them in the nose.
This isn't coaches. This is writers who are picking this.
Right.
Writers don't have time to pay attention to everything that's going on.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Hey, on this flight from Portland to Minnesota, I got to do my All-NBA team, and Cade just isn't right there for me. Is what's going to end up happening unless they finish 4th and he puts up like a 50 ball or something. Then it might get on people's radar, but I don't think people recognize what Cade is doing because the Pistons are not in that top 4 kind of spot.
Yeah,
I think that would be the differentiator.
Rod, I genuinely appreciate your perspective. The perspective that
absolutely.
I certainly don't have, but if Dame Lillard makes it over Cade, barring like a torrid finish for Dame and a cool down from Cade, I think I'm going to scream. And I personally think that Cade has been better than Ant Edwards this year. I know Ant Edwards has been better as of late, but that's just my opinion. But I wouldn't be mad at Ant over Cade.
But like
just
you
Dame
said,
over Cade.
The top 4 names I'm not debating. It's those last 2. And if you want to give Darius Garland a spot, fine. But who are you really doing with that 6th spot?
I'll scream if Darius Garland gets a spot over Cade. I will.
Yeah, I mean but I see what Ryan's talking about though. Y'all know the politics against Detroit sports. It's always been like that. But I do have another bold statement. Cade Cunningham needs to up his scoring in the second half of the season to ensure they finish as a top 6 seed, Swish or Brick.
You guys have heard me say this before. Obviously, Cade Cunningham is a connector. He is a facilitator. But there are some times where if you're also the best scorer, the best ISO guy, the best at creating your own shot, the best in the mid-range, and everything works off of who you are as a player, you have to do that. When you look at the top 10 players in the league at points per possession, points per shot, points at the rim, points in the mid-range, guess whose name that you keep seeing pop up there? Cade's. And guess whose name now is like, I believe it was 2nd in the league via basketball index at 3-pointers off of his drives. So effectively the assist to 3-point shooters off of the gravity that he is creating. This number he was nowhere near the top 10 last year in terms of potential assists in that. Yes, but this year he's finding himself being able to score more, but that's leading to creating even more opportunities, and always helps to have a Beasley. I believe that Cade Cunningham scoring a little bit more is going to be a positive thing for the Detroit Pistons.
Well, the question was he needs to do it in order for them to
stay a 6 seed, a top 6 seed.
Brick. My favorite thing about Cade Cunningham's game is that he's a force multiplier and he makes others around him better, and he already has that maturation of knowing how to use his teammates that he was just seemed to be innately born with and others weren't. So give me Brick.
JB.
I got to go with Flannel on this one. Give me a Brick. I mean, he's top 5 in point guards right now for scoring, just outside of the top 10 overall in scoring. But the best thing about Cade is he's that facilitator. He helps everyone else around him when he's on the court. So I don't think he needs to score more just for this team to be better than
a top 6 seed.
To stay a top 6 seed. Just keep doing what you're doing right now. It's working. Trust me. This is a Brick.
Kvasia.
I'm going to say a Brick as well because he's not going to need to score as much with that top 10 defense they're going to have in the second half of the season. So
I see what you did there.
Yeah, Chase, slick, man,
Very
slick.
nice.
I'm going to say Swish, man. I'm going to go against the grain right here, and it's mainly because you went out and got a Dennis Schroder at the trade deadline, and I feel like in a lot of ways that's going to bring Cade's usage down. Now, in order to keep them as a top 6 seed, I'm sorry, Cade's gonna need to score a little bit more, and I don't think that's asking too much. He's already doing pretty damn good, like you mentioned, top 5 amongst guards in the league, but I just really feel like he can kick it into another gear, and if he does, the Pistons can finish better. They can be a top 5 seed.
You know what you just said, right? Though Dennis Schroder pulls Cade Cunningham's on ball usage down.
Yes.
But what did we see in their first game playing together? We saw Dennis Schroder assisting Cade Cunningham. So his off ball, his ability to be, he's a better 3-point shooter off ball. To Flannel's point, if he's going to have that higher 3-point shooting, I do believe that it comes with the Dennis Schroder on his team. I don't believe that hurts his opportunity to score more.
No, not
even
at all.
though it does bring down the usage, which I think is, Rod, we've heard them say this for 2 years now from the organization. This has been what they've been trying to do for a long time.
Yeah.
Bring that usage down, but keep his effectiveness
And
up.
I look at it as his usage is coming down in quarters 1 through 3, so that in the fourth quarter he can go out there and be the best Cade
Like his
Cunningham.
rookie season.
But that's why I asked the question, because of a Dennis Schroder. But Rod, what do you feel about this?
What say ye?
I'm going to say it's an in and out also because he doesn't have to score more. He's already at 25 and obviously career high. But I think your Tobiases, your Tims, your Maliks are going to score a little bit more. And the rounding of all of that is going to make the Pistons better. But to your point, if he gets in that 26, 27 points a game range, that's going to get him in that All-NBA conversation.
Ooh, okay. All right. I like
The
that.
layers.
All right. Next one. Cade Cunningham will finish top 5 in MVP voting. Swish or Brick?
Wow, top 5.
Yeah, you see, I doctored that a little bit.
You doctored it.
Because he already top 10. I mean,
doctored it.
he's top 10. I think it's inarguable that he's top 10 at this point, and he probably will be to finish the year. But can he creep into that top 5? Not saying he'll win, but can he creep into the top 5?
When you talk about the layers, with what a lot of us believe Cade Cunningham is going to do, the types of stats he's putting up, the lofty places we believe they can climb, and this one narrative, you get into that top 5, top 4, if you're hosting a playoff spot, if you're hosting a playoff series, that to me changes everything. You're not just going like JB Bickerstaff did from taking the Cavs from a lowly team to 8th seed. You're not going as it relates to the Phoenix Suns going from a lowly team to the 8th seed. You're going from historically bad to hosting a playoff series. That to me is a testament to who, not just JB Bickerstaff, but Cade Cunningham, the leader. We continue to say the stats. It got him in the All-Star game, and only 8 players in the history of the game have finished with those types of stats. Like, that to me speaks volumes to the effect Cade Cunningham is having on this team winning. If they reach that 4th seed, I believe he deserves it. What up, though, Flannel Sam?
You know what? Call me a slappy all you want. The net's not even moving. It's a swish. It's such a swish.
Stand on it, Sam.
Did you turn around before it went in?
Oh, absolutely. I did this, except unlike Swaggy P, it actually went in. But anywho,
Did the Gilbert Arenas.
let me give you just a couple reasons why when it comes to other players. Obviously, we know what Cade's done. We know the improvement that the Pistons have made. But let me give you this other perspective, because Shea and Nikola Jokic are the only ones, in my opinion, that are inarguably over him.
Yeah.
The Celtics with Jason Tatum, I think they need to be the 1 seed for Tatum to get it. They're not. Donovan Mitchell is not putting up monster numbers. Ant Edwards has the Timberwolves currently in the play-in. And the Milwaukee Bucks, with Giannis has been out a lot. He's missed like 12 games, and they are fighting for seeding with said Detroit Pistons. So I don't think the field is as formidable as it's been in the past. And Cade Cunningham, I have him right now as third, and I think he will stay at least in the top 5.
JB Smooth.
This is a Steph Curry practice from the logo, not even looking at the basket. 1, 2, 3, swish all day. He's in my top 5 as it is. We did this last week, and hey, I stand on it. Hey, there's no one else around like him, so it's an easy switch for me.
Kavasi.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it a swish as well. I feel like I've kind of been saying this consistently over the last few weeks of Swisher Brick. Anytime it gets brought up, just kind of creeping Cade into the conversation. So just keeping it consistent. Yeah, he's right there at, probably is penciled in right now at number 5.
Nah, Chase has been on it, man, and I think it's a swish as well because we went through our top 5 MVP, people last week, and I told you I was having trouble with that last spot because really,
I remember that show.
Yeah, I know, right? But besides SGA, besides Joker, you can make the argument for Giannis just based off the numbers and Jason Tatum. Who are you really putting in that 5th spot? So I think Cade has an argument. Even with the likes of a Jason Tatum, I think he has an argument. But going forward, if Cade were to get the team to a top 5 seed, there is no reason why you should keep him out of the top 5 in MVP voting.
Well, and I almost forgot. Brunson and Cat will cancel each other out in terms of votes. Yeah. I think Brunson's the more valuable player, but he's got Cat as his second star, something that Cade Cunningham does not have.
I feel like if he had Cat as his second star, this wouldn't even be a question right now. Can you imagine Cade with that level of co-star at that in the paint?
That'd be
pretty. You need toughness in the postseason.
People
That's the big bodega you talking about.
People coming around to Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, all right. That's the big bodega, man.
Chuck Brewer says Cade has earned it. Has he earned it, and will he get it? 2 different questions.
No, I get it. It's just I have him as 3rd right now, and
I feel you.
I understand, Chuck. I get it.
Yeah, we're not saying he'll win it, but there's he should be in the conversation, especially with the Pistons' success this year. He should be in the convo.
Though, if I could summarize the answers from the chat, whether Swish or Brick, it's just Detroit versus everybody.
Yeah,
that's
of course.
What they think is going to wind up happening to Cade Cunningham. Remember, after Rookie of the Year, got lost.
Yeah.
What's the first thing Cade posted? Detroit versus everybody, and that went into viral oblivion.
I love it, Rod. I love your expressions while we're answering these questions. By the way, you really be deliberating, man. But what you got to tell us what you feeling about this?
What say ye?
KG, you made me think about it, and you made me look at some things. So it's not far-fetched. But I know these cats, man. I know the people who are voting for this and what they're going to do.
Yeah.
The New York market will not allow both Cat and Brunson to be thrown out of the picture. One of them will be there. Giannis will be there. We said Shea and
Joker
and Jokic. Yeah. And so you will just get 5 who are in there who are ahead of Cade. It's just not enough momentum. They will look at who are the top 2 seeds in each conference. They will vote somebody like 3J before Cade. Just to be.
I believe it.
Hey, this
I
is
believe it.
Yeah, man.
I like Jaren Jackson Jr. for the record.
Yeah.
If you're talking about writers, there are some very educated writers who will put Cade on the ballot in the 4 spot. There are some people who will leave him off the ballot completely. That is just the reality of it.
Rod, you got Flannel over here like I was the first couple years of the pod, where I was like, no, man. Cade is going to win Rookie of the Year, man. Did you see him? And Rod's like, no, bro, that's not how it works here. And I'm like, no. When it happened, I remember the show. I was like, Rod.
Yeah, no, Rod cooking right now. He is. He cooking with grease, man.
This is like doing logic and then trying to explain to somebody, but the election goes through the electoral college. You got to do the electoral votes. It's not
I love that example.
That's a good analogy. Here that you got to do that doesn't make sense at all, but that's just the way it is.
Dog,
it's always some backdoor element to whatever we talk about.
And you know what? One more question. We started with our bold statements. We had Swisher Brick that was bold statement themed as well. 27 games left there, 29-66. What is that final record for you? We'll just go around real quick before we close up.
45-37.
Woo! What up, dog? How many wins you got, JB Smooth?
I kind of like that. 45-37. That was nice.
What up, though, Kavaz? Said again to that 45-win mark for you?
What was the question? Sorry.
So they have 27 games left. They are 29-26. How many wins do you see the Pistons
Yeah,
finishing
they could
with?
win 16 out of the next, what is it, 27 or 29? Yeah.
27.
Yeah, they can win 16.
Ooh.
I have 42 and 40.
42.
Yeah.
42.
42. 42. 42.
42.
That's how I'm sitting, right?
Boo-rah. That's under 500 the next 27 games.
I understand, but 40. I said they would get to 40 wins. That's what I'm primarily focusing on. So 42 and 40.
Damn.
What up, Rod?
Anyway, I can't even. I'm going to go 44. I'm going to go 42. 42.
I'm playing this safe. I'm playing it safe, right?
I played it safe at the beginning of the year.
No, you're right. All right, you're right. 43 and 39.
At least give him a 500.
43 and 39. I got you.
KG hates
needs
the
a switch
Pistons.
break.
KG hates
Okay,
Cade.
Yeah, right.
I'm thinking 17-10 down the stretch for this team to win 46 games. I've been thinking
46.
delivering.
Yeah,
I've
right.
been
Get
looking-
on his ass now.
I've
Right?
been looking-
46.
All right, cool. Come on.
That's
now.
17
almost
and
50 wins.
17-10. I believe they can do it. You look at the stretches they've had this season, especially as of late. I believe that this team is going to put up those 46 wins. And they're one of the teams that, chemistry-wise, you see it working. Defense-wise, they took another step in the new year. And while all the other teams are really in dysfunction, I keep talking about dysfunction, and usually it's about the trade deadline. What do you see with the Grizzlies? John Morant might get traded. Why is that news even news right now? It's the second half of the season, and they're doing good. And so it's like, for me, I do believe there's so much good happening right now for the Detroit Pistons. JB Bickerstaff is not satisfied. The players are not satisfied. Jalen Duren's finally averaging a double-double. And Malik Beasley, he did not go to the three-point contest, so he's not going to have the curse that haunts three-point shooters who go there. I believe that this team is going to take another step, and they're going to go 17-10 down the stretch here, Rod Beard and crew.
Swisher Break brought to you by 1800.
Oh, man. Rod is the GOAT.
Rod, absolutely the GOAT. Any last words, people? Any last words, Rod?
I will
What up,
say
Flannel?
this. I picked 45, so I can't then be like, how could you pick 46? That's so crazy. It's one way
42.
difference. 42 is bad. You
Is
have
it bad?
You have finishing under 500 the rest of the season.
42 from fucking 14 is a great turnaround.
Obviously.
It's an amazing
It's
turnaround, but
new
like-
expectations now.
Man, listen, man. I told y'all 35 was
Hey,
my
hey,
hard number to
what's
start
the
the year.
Pistons record the
I
last
got it up to 42.
What's the Pistons record the last 27 games?
Oh, my God.
18-9. They can get the 17-10. Go out there and do it, Detroit Pistons.
Y'all talk about almost
I feel like
50
when Flannel
wins,
looked
bro.
at me, I felt it was like, you're Detroit Kool-Aid.
We're talking about almost 40 years. They're talking about close to 50. We're saying close to 40. And
I'm just-
They closer to 40 than 50. I'm sorry. 50 is my line. I can't do it.
Listen, who the Pistons were at the start of the season is not who they've been since they've gotten things under on the go. And they've been a much better defense, like middle of the pack to like a team that I can see being top 10. Asar Thompson was one of the best defensive players since January 1. Duren is finally averaging double-doubles, and he's going out there making a difference as point Duren. We saw those assists go up. The team is just different than the start of the season. They're more in line, in my opinion, with the last 27 games where they've been 18-9. I do believe that this team can go out there and make this thing happen on these last.
I'll add one win. 43. We talking 43 wins. I'll give you one.
What about 44?
Right, I'll give you one. That's all I got
Can
for
I get
you.
44?
KG hates
Can I
the
get 44?
Pistons.
Can I get 44? Can I get 45?
Yo, no, you cannot.
All the Pistons got to do is have a worse record in these next 27 games than they did in the last 27 games, and guess what? They got 46.
All they have to do is be 500 in the second half of the season
Hey,
to beat KG's 42.
I'm open to being wrong. Okay, can I be open to being wrong?
You got
I'm open
to
to being wrong.
500, bro.
Yeah.
I understand the draft is going to be coming up. You're going to be busy. You got other things going on.
Come on.
Figuring out who we want to draft. Do what you got to do.
I'm a busy man, Ryan. What you want from me, man?
Got you working day and night. I mean,
Man.
You're going to have to lay out the switches, though, because I think they do just drug test and leave. So,
Yeah, you're right. No, that's a fact. I'm going to get busted. So.
Crazy Clown said, "Oh, KG gets it now. Glass half full. 43 wins."
Oh, my God. Look at what we talking about as fans, though. A 14-win team and 43 ain't good enough. That's crazy.
That's what they say.
That's
New
crazy.
expectations. They say playoffs.
You're saying they can't win 14 games in the second half of the year with a much improved roster.
I'm just trying to be
Schroder here.
I'm just trying to be optimistic because they are closer to 40 than 50. That's my logic. I done pissed Ryan off. Ryan, I'm sorry, man. I've disappointed you today. I'm sorry, man. I can't go no higher than 43. I'm sorry. That's
Look, man,
you ever see Storage Wars? You ever see Storage Wars when they bid on line? Hey, 43 is my number. I'm not going over that.
44, 45, 45, 46, 47.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
Charles,
I'm sorry, Ryan.
I found KG's burner in the chat.
Oh.
Charles McClain said, "I said 41 and 41 at the start of the season. Now I'm going 42 and 40 for the year."
Oh my God, y'all is
The
crazy.
rest of the chat, they're very bullish. I see you guys shot 56 and 26.
No.
Undefeated, never lost.
Allen says 47 and 35. Easier schedule down the stretch. Oh man, yeah.
No, that's fair.
They finished 2 games against Milwaukee.
And they got that West Coast trip. You know what? There's a lot of narrative games down the stretch of this season, and if they come through, I do believe that they're going to have a shot to sweep some awards this offseason. They keep talking about most improved player. I'm hoping that Cade takes that as a little bit of disrespect. Most improved player. Like, are you kidding me? To me, it just sounds funny. Give him the award if you're going to give him something, but I'm hoping that these guys have that chip on their shoulder, and that's the thing that he talked about, Cade Cunningham, at the All-Star game, is hitting the second half of the season. He said, "Yo, I've learned that people after the All-Star break, some of these All-Star guys, they ease into it. We're not doing that. We're hitting the ground running. As soon as we get back, our minds are focused on what we have to do to make the playoffs." They're not even concerned with the play-in. And J.B. Bickerstaff says that they are not where they're supposed to be right now. He's not. We'll take it, but he's like, bruh, this is not up to our level of satisfaction. I'm like, they're in the 6th seed right now. I feel like Kanye commercial, like, how many more records is my record supposed to break? Because like KG is saying, just in historical context, this team went from historically worst Pistons team in franchise history to, even if they finish at 500, you're like, wow. But we did do a show, and we got to keep it honest, where we said these expectations, they're now different because we see exactly who they are, what they are, and what we believe Cade Cunningham to be.
What is that?
Take it away.
Rod, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Rod.
I might be one of the best Woodward Pistons of all time.
Hey, we all know I'm fair weather though. I'm fair weather. I might change it next week though. I'm fair weather as hell. So just give me a week, Ryan. Give me a week to figure this shit out.
It's on a post-it note. We can change it next week, but until then, we just doing that.
Oh my God! Just randomly walking through your house. KG 42 wins. That's
Bro, that
crazy.
is perfect.
I'm sorry, Rod.
Bro, this has been epic. This is definitely one of the Hall of Fame episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Woodward Pistons.
man.
Rod, as always, the legend, the GOAT, sports editor-in-chief at the Detroit News, a great person, mentor to a lot of us out here in the industry, and gives us his time every single week on Wake Up Woodward. Thank you, Rod Beard. Thank you, brother.
Yes.
No,
Last words
absolutely.
from
And one little shameless plug: if you haven't read the Cade Cunningham feature by Cody Davis
Yes.
From last Saturday, it was absolutely awesome. He did a really good job in profiling Cade and kind of going into why he is who he is, the superhero origin story of Cade. Funny anecdotes. We talked to Kanan. We talked to some other people. Just really, really good story and good breakdown by Cody.
It was a great article. Definitely go ahead and support. To see those guys in action and working, I'm telling you, Rod, like Cody was all business. Cody was writing. Cody was asking great questions. And even though we were in a moment like that, still putting professionalism, the work, and the grind to make sure that the people can hear directly from our players. And it was an awesome thing to see, man. So shout out to Cody. Guys, definitely go ahead and support the people at the Detroit News. Check out that article. I reposted it, and I'm going to repost it again today. So go on ahead and support that.
I'm going to do better next week, Rod. I promise you I'm going to do better next week.
42 wins.
42 wins.
Oh, my God.
Bro, I love
it's like a bad report card on the fridge.
Hey, we'll circle back on that.
All right, man. Thank you, Rod.
Thank you, brother.
Outstanding show, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Hey, man, go ahead and smash that like button for the legend. Detroit News, Rod Beard. Hey, man, we got another legend.
Speaking
Terry
of legends, I was
Foster
about to
walking
say.
into the building.
Oh, Terry Foster.
Man. What friends we got to say what up to, man?
Shoot, let me see, because I got off track. Mark White.
Do you want me to do Mark White and Soroki's?
Yep, that works.
Let's do it, because why split up that epic of a segment? That was so much fun. Thank you. Thanks again, Rod Beard. And thank you.